How we doing, everybody? I am getting this set up for a little Facebook Live. Looking for the camera. Sorry. Doing ooh, what a weird. Let's see if we can get that light out of here. Does this work? Is this set up? There we go. That's a little bit better. Anyway, so I've got a little bit of time, so we're going to talk about something that I think is a little crazy. A little crazy. So, news5cleveland.com. Here we go. Our Kaylin, our morning web lady, just came in. She said there are like 700 people on this story on our website from. It was from CNN. I'm gonna pull it up here for you guys. I love it. All right. This is it. So this is the parts of Great Lakes will get pounded by 13-foot waves. Rain accumulation, yeah, tons of rain, and we've got even more. So on a serious note, we could get the entire month's worth of rain this weekend. Saturday, Sunday, and maybe even Monday for some. Most of us still going to be wet Monday. But anyway, some 7.5 million Americans in the Great Lakes are under the threat of gale force winds and flooding. Lake Erie is already high. Don't go in the water. Don't even go near the water. Absolutely, do not go near the water when we do have warnings and stuff like that. We're talking about flooding. So I want to get down to the 13-foot waves on the headline. So typically, I don't think that's for Lake Erie, and it's gone, and it's gone now. I want to show you really quickly. This is. We do have a small craft advisory this morning, and we're talking about winds up to 5. Earlier this morning we had 6. Can you see this right here? Is that this right here? This is 6-foot wave height at 2 a.m. Does that pull up? I don't know how to make that bigger. Boom. That's how I make it bigger. So this is right off Cleveland, right off Cleveland's buoy. This is 6.2 down to 4.5. So what I want to point out is if you see headlines like that, be careful, because for one, it's not our forecast. We typically do like the rule. The rule is essentially depending on how much you get. The rule is about 1 foot per 5 miles per hour. So if we're talking about 30 mile per hour winds, that's about a 6-foot wave, which makes sense for sure. That's what we had, 6-foot waves. We weren't expecting much more than 30, maybe 35. So again, 13, that's 65 mile per hour winds. That's a lot of wind over the lake, and that's not just like a thunderstorm. That's like that's going to take a little bit of time to get that much wind. We do have our boating forecast we talked about. There's not a lot of boaters out overnight, so we didn't give it that much coverage. But this morning, for sure, if you're going out, there's that small craft SCA is what that should say. Small craft advisory. I don't know what that name is for. Small craft advisory until 10 a.m. So that's when the winds start to shift around and relax a bit. But they're like 2 to 4 this morning. That's the big thing. So even though this says, pull it back up for you. Don't go in the water. Don't even go near the water. That was not this morning. That was not this morning. So we got a bunch of people on this, and I want to just point out that whole thing is gone. That's out of here. Our biggest concern over these next couple of days will be flooding. Will be more coming our way. Let me show you this. Let me see if I can get this out of here. And just to kind of calm things down a little bit more, winds right now are out of the west at about 5 to 15. It's 1 to 3 foot waves. I want to show you this. June's normal monthly rainfall total for the whole month on average is about 3.5 inches, just under 3.5. We are already at. Let me see here. Bear with me. I'm going to look it up from the National Weather Service office. This is where we get all our climate data from. So I'm kind of showing you the backside. Month to date, we're at 3.91. That's already a lot, almost 4 inches. So we're already above, and we're going to get the month's worth. So we're already talking about maybe doubling the month, and we're halfway through the month. So this is a wet one. This is a wet month for sure. So add to that, this is a little rainfall forecast from one of our models, one of our more reliable models that doesn't really exaggerate as much as some of the other ones. This is talking about 1 to 3 inches. I would not be surprised if some spots get 4 inches of rain this weekend. So, and not necessarily this weekend, but through Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. By Tuesday, we should start to dry things out. So that's going to be our biggest concern, I think, is the rainfall. That's going to lead to not just over Lake Erie, but inland spots. Killbutt Creek, I feel like it is already super high from all the rain we've had. Any of the streams, creeks and streams, those will fill up first, and then the larger rivers will start to flood. I think that could become a concern as we get into Monday, because this has been a wet month for sure. I want to show you where we are on the last 30 days. I've got to find it here. Here we go. Where we are compared to normal. You see that right over Cleveland. And this is not from observations. This is from essentially like radar estimates. So as far as, zoom out. Oh, way too far. As far as rainfall over the last 30 days, so this includes half of May, the end of May and early June, we're right at about average. We just showed you the numbers. We're not at about average. We're double essentially where we should be right now. We may in the month on that side also. So this map's way off. I got to figure that out. This should be showing a lot of green and even some of the blues and purples. Maybe it just hasn't updated yet. This will update early next week and show you that. So what a bummer. I wanted to show you something cool with that. That didn't work out. Anyway, I will leave you. I just had to go on and talk to everybody about that. But I'm going to leave you with a look at the 7-day forecast. We're looking pretty soaked. I've got to cut it on Good Morning America coming up in a minute here. So, rain, 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 rain. That's the story. I got to mow today. I feel like I got to mow every day. Every day it's dry. Just mow. If you don't do it today, probably going to have to do it tomorrow with some showers around. Might be tough. And then next best shot, what, Tuesday or Wednesday? It's going to be so wet, though, Wednesday. Got to do it today. All right, anyway, you guys have fun. Have a great Friday. Happy Father's Day if I don't see you guys again or talk to you guys again. We still have another hour of Good Morning America, so we'll have some cut-ins on that. And if I don't see you, dads, happy Father's Day.